Hi Aaron, it's Jason Hawkins here, and thanks for requesting a analysis of your site and situation through us. I'm going to take you through pretty sort of free-flowing structure of a report, a video report, I guess, recording of different parts of the site, how it's interacting online, a bit of social stuff, some tips and tricks of what could happen on your site to improve it, as well as some sort of technical analysis a touch on. To be honest, you're doing a lot of things really well, and that's great to see. You're actually ranking quite well for landscape designer Brisbane South Side. You're capturing, and you said that on the phone too. You're actually getting quite enough work flowing through. It's more about a refresh of the site, and probably that's where you need to focus. Although maintaining some fresh flow of content, I think, could really be beneficial for you. Let's take a quick look at your site as such. And you were saying, it's a visual medium design, landscape design. You've got a great, base to work from a visual perspective. So keep those projects flowing. And I think it's what's missing from the site at the moment is that fresh content and fresh projects, and making it, the site come alive with some more fresh work. Your structure, landscape design, that's a very good SEO term right there in that first link, and taking you through to other parts of your site, your awards wins is absolutely critical in building that immediate trust. So that's probably why you're having some good inquiry flowing. So that's excellent. Featured projects is also excellent, although I did come across quite a few where the images weren't loading properly. So broken images on the load. It's not doing it for me right now, but some of those, they are loading in the background, but it does take quite a bit of time to get that into the system. So, clicking on that does actually load the image, but there's sort of some funny things going on as far as, how the site is delivering its content on a regular basis. So, love your design projects. I would probably, in our experience, doing some more before and afters can really bring things alive. Oh, you turn that into that, just that whole sort of displays the process. Even if you had some, your sketch plans or connect it in with the process and wrap it up into the challenges and the wins. The other thing on this site is there's not really any what we call calls to action. So a prompt to go, hey, like this project, ask us about your project, or download our 10 tips and tricks for planning your landscape design. So you can start to get a soft, what we call a soft nurture inquiry. So somebody who may not be ready for an inquiry, but ready to start, but might like your work and want to start building a relationship with you, you could get them to, download a piece of content, an ebook, tips and tricks, PDF, design trends for 2020, whatever that might be, and then they go on to an email list. So hopefully you've got an email list that you're working. Maybe you don't. That's not uncommon in the building game, but it can really help you sort of build your client set and those referrals over time if you keep that rolling. So featured projects, yep, great visual. I would probably add some more content. Same with your landscaping ideas. This has a whole, capability to really drive ideas to the general public. I know there's a lot of people doing that already, but what you'll find is if you add some text, not just images, it will start to rank across different landscaping searches, for example. You could use it on Pinterest. Start your own boards on Pinterest for those ideas, decks, tiles, and surfaces. That could be a Pinterest board that you can then share with different people. So that could be quite a powerful thing. I know I'm doing a renovation at the moment, we don't have a lot of land, so I'm not. We don't have a lot of scope for landscaping. But certainly, when I'm looking for pool ideas, I'm browsing through Pinterest boards and Pinterest libraries to get some images that I'm going to connect with. So that could be quite powerful. Your press and articles, this is what you could bring alive. If you move the site into WordPress, then you could easily publish regular news, regular updates, regular projects, regular landscaping ideas, all in the blog style approach. It doesn't necessarily need to be a downloadable PDF. That could really sort of join the dots, if you like, between what you're doing on your site and what you're doing in socials. So while we're on the topic of socials, your Facebook page, again, images tell many thousands of words. So the more you can start to change this feed out and add more content, like the first thing in your Facebook feed is, I'm currently looking for projects, so please share if you can. Thanks to all. This is 2017. Hopefully this is you, actually. This may not be you. Utopian Landscape and Design.com. This is not you. Let's have a look. Interesting. Okay, so this is one of the issues. Let's go and have a look on your site. So you've got your like, and you've got your Pinterest. Sorry, you've got your Instagram. I'm wondering whether your Instagram account is the same in Facebook. Yeah. So interestingly, that shouldn't be that hard to find. So in your footer or your headers, you should have these sort of icons that link through to your particular pages. So that's a little bit of a challenge there. Maybe you don't have your Facebook page in place and you're just running Instagram, which again, brilliant use of imagery, and that'll build your likes. Look, you are building up a nice flow there, but the idea between connecting socials to your website is you want a bit of lead flow. So not every post you make inside your socials is going to be, hey, come and, it's a selling post. They're unique in a way that, you're sharing inspirational ideas, which you're doing nicely here in your projects, that sort of thing. But occasionally you want to click through to your website to go, hey, I've got a design workshop on, or I'm running come and see our latest project. So you want to flow, get the people clicking through to your site or reading an article on your site that you share on your Facebook page and your Instagram page, and that gets them clicking back to your site. So that's a really interesting thing there. So if that isn't you on Facebook, you certainly need to build a presence that is your Instagram connected to Facebook. That's very easy to do. Bolt those two together, and then get some flow through. So our philosophy is get an article on your website, share that copy and imagery into your socials, and get people clicking back to see the project, read the article, download the tips and tricks. Just get that lead flow flowing. Now, I will jump across to some technical things. I did run your website through web page speed performance test. Now, it's not slow. I wouldn't say your site isn't slow. It is loading, albeit it's a little bit clunky because some of the images aren't loading fast and it's a bit old school, but it is you're not providing a really bad user experience. It's just not fully scoped. So, as an example, this sort of boxed in design is presenting is making it look dated. So we did this site for Yards several years ago now, sort of 3 or 4 years ago now, and it's very full screen, full width of imagery connected to various projects. So that can be a bit of an inspiration for you to go, well, hey, I'm looking for full width images, fill screen, make it a big bold statement using your images. The other speed test for your site is Google Page Insights. Now, this is actually quite good. Because you're not using WordPress, I guess, and not using some of these heavier systems, this is actually getting quite a good result here. It's so well done here. Even though that's red and 49, it can be very hard to rank for mobile design. So if we have a look back at your mobile design display, it works. You can move around on mobile, but again, this text is a bit small. It just looks a little bit dated. So I'd be actually looking to really make it mobile friendly, mobile first, if you like. Sorry, not definitely mobile friendly, but mobile first. So what that means is these images aren't just a smaller slide. These images are full. They fill that space. It's a much more portrait style display that really works that display. And that's with your navigation as well, you can improve that. This is great real estate for navigating around, but you're sacrificing your images. So there's new ways and methods to actually change how that works. Let's have a look over at your ranking. So I've done a search for landscape designer Brisbane, and fantastic result here. You are at the top of the map. I'm in 8 Mile Plains, so it's grabbing south side locations for these landscape design, but you're also on page 1 here for me, which is brilliant. Any SEO work you've done in the past is obviously paying dividends now, but it's probably time to with fresh content. Google loves fresh content. So if you're not producing fresh content, then gradually over time you will be pushed down the search results. So introducing that blog and articles will really help, climb you back up the list. I've also did a search for landscape design Brisbane South Side, and you're also ranking nicely on page 1 for that. So you don't really have too many, drastic concerns about being found. You're actually being found, which is brilliant. It's just tidying up what people are seeing on your site, making it very visual, and then introducing some calls to action in to that process. So I won't go. I think you probably get the idea of what I'm recommending, and you're ticking a lot of boxes as far as search goes, which is great. Connecting the dots with socials, get your socials up to date. I'm sorry if I didn't find the right and couldn't find the right Facebook page if you have one, but that's a really good example of people are searching for you on Facebook but not finding you. Let's connect those dots and get them back into your website and get it fully up to speed, if you like. Great. I will send this through and I'll talk to you soon on online. Cheers.